Welcome back to Tipping Point. I'm your host, Kara McKinney. A profound argument that has stuck with me is the idea that people are conservative about what they love most. So, for example, those who either come from good families or who were able to build a good family through their own marriage tend to be quite zealous and wanting to protect the institution, while those with supposed mommy or daddy issues are a lot more liberal, wanting to tear down what they feel personally slighted over. Now, use that framework to analyze what Congresswoman Ilhan Omar was saying at an event over the weekend at a hotel in Minneapolis. This is a woman who is happy to see U.S. sovereignty undermined at the southern border and viciously spurns those who don't want to see the culture their ancestors created destroyed. But when it comes to Somalia, she is the fiercest, nativist blood and soil type you'll ever find. She glories in the idea of a people with the same blood running through their veins. She talks about being Somali first and Muslim second, leaving us to wonder if she even sees herself as being truly American, since I didn't hear it make her list. The only time she references America is to explain how the Somali diaspora she leads can use its electoral heft here in the U.S. to make Uncle Sam do their bidding back in their home country without any care for American national interests. Omar also uses the mantra Somalia is for Somalis only, a mantra that many in Kenya, Ethiopia, Somaliland, Djibouti, and elsewhere take umbrage at because a sizable minority of the population of Somalia isn't Somali, but come from these other places as well as from further abroad, and so some see it tinged with genocidal rhetoric. Again, if you used any of these arguments but in favor of, say, American culture and history and interests, Ilhan Omar would be the first to denounce you as a nasty racist of the highest order. And yet look at her now. It shows that she is conservative about Somalia because she still has great love for the nation, where she sees the U.S. as being nothing more than an economic zone to be used for her real purposes, regardless of what happens to us. It's funny that Omar has been online defending herself, saying that her words were not properly translated, and yet she didn't offer in those posts, as far as I saw, her real translation. All she said is that her comments reflect official U.S. policy in Somalia, and that's that. But isn't that exactly what she was saying in the speech? That she helps to control that official U.S. policy? And if she really wants to argue that she was not faithfully translated in this clip, then all she has to do is to speak at another event with the same Somali crowd, waving the new proposed state flag design that looks like a Somalian one, and extol her love for the U.S. instead, and explain how Somalia is nostalgic for her, but is no longer her country, nor is it her top priority in Congress, and see how well that would go over. So yeah, I think the main gist of that speech was pretty accurately translated, even if she has squabbles with the exact phraseology that was used. But again, if we want to further compare Omar's blood and soil speech, Ora McIntyre the Blaze asks, what would you call a civilization-wide attempt to get a specific race to accept violence against themselves? Because not only does Omar want the border wide open and Americans to be at the mercy of whoever waltzes across, but her party also thinks white people shouldn't be allowed to report crimes being committed against them if the perp is non-white or is trans or whatever. That is now being brought to life in the form of media pressure. In this episode from Law and Order SVU, watch.
But Natalie, Jay Watson raped you. You think I forgot? How could I? This entire trial has been an exercise in reminding me.
And this is your chance to do something about it.
I am going to. Believe me. Because I can. I can afford therapy. I have that luxury. And maybe one day I'll be okay. But if that teenager goes to prison, he may not be. Ever. I don't want that. Natalie, wait.
You will own nothing and you will be happy. You will be beaten, raped, and robbed, and you will not press charges. Welcome to the left's dystopian future where collectivist ideology determines everything for you.